Tia Mowry, the woman who is still celebrating that graduation from her marriage. Listen, every now and then, Tia will give us an update, and I've kind of promised to keep up with this situation because so many people can relate to it. She is the mascot of all women who may not use the same words, but definitely use the same excuses to leave marriages. They are graduating as well. How is she doing? Is she better off? I don't know. From what we've seen so far, it's been nothing but a struggle in the streets. This might be different. Let's check it out.
Recovering from a divorce feels like a whirlwind journey. I found that through the process, divorce isn't a place where we arrive. It's entering a new chapter of life with many nuances and no one-size-fits-all handbook. One moment you're relieved, feeling like you've conquered something significant. Then suddenly, waves of emotions hit you all over again. It's a side of divorce that isn't often discussed, especially when there are kids involved. You strive to be a role model, teaching them resilience and self-care.
Is that what you're teaching your kids? Resilience. Is this resilience? I don't get what we're talking about here. I'm going to let the video play, man. I'm going to try my best to not stop it too much, but this is not resilience. This is giving up. Let's keep listening.
Try different things to soothe and release emotional buildup with exercise, journaling your thoughts, meditation, and seeking therapy to cope with the breakup and the dreams you had for the future. It may sound cliche, but time truly does have a way of soothing pain.
Oh my gosh.
Someday, I believe I'll be able to look back on this time with nothing but warmth and gratitude for the beautiful children brought into my life and the stronger version of myself that.
Yo, she's still crying. How much proof do people need that she's going through a tough time? She literally said, I hope to eventually look back and see this as a good thing. An experience that, well, in her words, she said, I could look back and see like warmth or something through this experience. It's obvious that that's not where she's at right now. And the outcry of support from other women who have divorced their men, their husbands, in search for happiness are the women in the comment section cheering her on. Let's keep listening.
Emerged from the experience. For anyone who is going through this, I would love to hear your experience. Share your story because there's power in dialogue. As women, we take our power back by sharing our stories and bringing any deep shame we hold from this experience into the light. I love you guys. Tia. Recovering.
That's cringe, man. I'm sorry. This whole video is kind of cringe. Let's see what the comments have to say. First comment here at the very top. This is not the top comment, but it seems to be the top here. On mine, it says, he has said nothing. She keeps talking. That is interesting, right? Corey Hardrick has been as consistent as Tia Mowry has been in reaction to their divorce. He's been consistent with being quiet. But can you blame him? Let's honestly think about that. If Corey came out and actually said what he really thought about Tia, about marriage, about modern women, would he still have a career? Would women still be able to look at him like he's somebody who they can watch on screen without allowing their emotions to take over? I think he's maybe playing the smart route here. You can't tell the truth in Hollywood as a male actor, especially when it's centered around relationships and marriage and divorce, and your opinions may not fit the female narrative. You can't tell the truth because people won't be understanding. Someone might say, well, maybe people can benefit from him talking about it. I've said that. I've said it would be interesting to listen to his point and take as somebody who doesn't even encourage a lot of people out here to talk about their private life. At this point, I'm like, if he does do it, it would be interesting. It would be interesting. Let's check out more comments here from other people. First comment here says, this is another comment. It says, I arrived here to joke, leave a funny gif, but most of all, to just throw my support. I'm so proud of you, Tia. So, okay, we've heard enough of that. Yes, I was married 20 years. Okay, so same. Okay, so let's read it. Let's read it. I was married 20 years before I finally found it within me to leave. It's so hard, but so necessary. Us women get the short end of the stick too often. Oh my gosh. See why I didn't want to read this shit, bro? I could have told you what she was going to say. We sacrifice everything for so little for ourselves in return. Oh, women are just suffering everywhere in marriages, right? They get the worst end in marriages. Goes on to say, we are nurturers and givers. Many times people take too much. Sometimes we just want to have your level of effort reciprocated and appreciated. Love following you. And like I said, most of the women, which they are probably a good majority of them who support her, are other women who've also graduated from their marriage because they decided that there was something better. They weren't happy enough. And they thought that was worth breaking their vows and splitting up the family. Unfortunately, kids get hurt in these situations, and the data is very clear on this. I heard a recent, I think it was a psychologist who said the best thing you can do for your children, because of course you don't want them in like a completely chaotic environment. He said the best thing you can do for your children is love your partner. So the best thing you can do for your children is learn to work things out in your marriage. You know what else I think? I think there are a lot of women out here too who they're not going to verbally tell you that they agree with Tia. But if you gave them a marriage, what marriage truly is, which is work, and the challenges that came with it, those women would leave that marriage too. And what I mean by that is, to a lot of chicks out here, even the ones who are out here wondering, why won't anybody marry me? And they're out here desperate. What's happening? I think a lot of them, it comes down to just checking that graduation box as well. Very few of those women understand what marriage really is and the work that it takes to actually be in a marriage. They think that they're going to run into this magical man who either is going to change over time, right? He's going to magically change, or he's going to meet their unrealistic standards and expectations. It's just something to be very aware of if you're out here dating and still value marriage and relationships. Is most women out here view marriage this way, most modern women. All right, moving on. Of course, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Comments down below. What do you think of Tia and how everything's played out so far? Any shock, any surprise whatsoever? I'm, of course, going to continue updating you guys on this because, as I've said, I do believe she represents a lot of women out here. There are a lot of guys out here who are wondering, how's my ex-wife doing? You know, once in a while they're thinking, she's probably crying, even though she's not uploading online. She may be in these likes. Shit, she may be in these comments, talking shit about you. Luckily, you don't have to deal with that, though, in a public way like a man, Corey.